Welcome to our lovely future humans, our 5D collective. To those who are new, if you did not tune in to our previous episode, and to those who are regulars, you might want to, because while I was going to do an extended on our lovely 5D leadership topic, I will not. So, relational integrity and affective realism, the new pillars of organizational success. And if you're new, let me begin with 5D collective. The gist of it, we get to be the ones who let you in on how amazing it is to be your own strength and your own hermit, like this beautiful card. There we go. Awesome. And so 5D leadership is not about strategy per se, it's actively about authenticity. And the seed of enlightenment is within everyone. And so when we pray, we do know about the offering, no sacrifice though. But those who want the poison of the sacrifice, well, they're basically rigid and or chaotic and not choosing to look in the mirror. And that's because their vessel, meaning their body, and their thread, their insula, is not something they access because their eros, their self-love and unconditional, is not there yet. Okay, so when people don't want to understand that the web of lies when it comes to the apocalypse and the spiritual bypassing community and the ones who aren't understanding what year it's in, 4D, 3D. So I'm trying to give you the gist of Maria's explanation. Unsteady self-image, 4D, so they enmesh, codependent, insecure, could use mindful therapists, don't want them, choose Boca Raton. 3D suffering, we have to one day go and knock on the door of someone and say, hey, you said you love your children, but because you believe we're devils and demons, you're deciding to not take them to hospitals or anything like that. While we understand where you are getting your stories of the angels, we have a very different story. So the 5D leader in the forefront of you is a thought leader because I also know my own affective realism and I have relational integrity. The bridge is you forgive like Jesus taught. They don't know. Stephen Porges confirms. You pray and you say, hey God, so listen. No Lucifer, but suffering out there, ignorance out there, and then God says, remember free will, and I say, yes, but Robert Sapolsky with his book Determined says we have no free will. Then there's a bunch of people who say we can only have 150 special people in our life, and then there's others who say, no, we can't, we can have more. So science doesn't even have it all worked out, but they do have one thing worked out, God. You know what it is, God? You know, when I found out that all of my brothers and sisters are healed, what I did, I was like, oh, so we're not needed, the spiritual ones. But they're all saved. And then I had to face the truth. Not everybody wants healthy fear. So, with that being said, 5D leadership, it's not about strategy. It's about operating. It's about functioning from your higher state of consciousness, which means that I've got the power. You know what I got? I got a terrible 2 who is not terrible at all. And I stand up for her every time, and you better bet that she does get into the heartbreak stuff. So rejection, yes, we feel it. Abandonment, well, we can't get abandoned because we won't really feel abandoned. Humiliation, yeah, again, no, unless we do something that we find is wrong, and that would mean treating someone who is in the desert in a shitty way and not pick them up. Let me think. Injustice, yeah, we suffer injustice like any, no, we just understand how things work, but also I have faith in God and dark matter, dark energy hopefully won't implode. Also, I've seen cosmic karmic balancing. So, relational integrity and affective realism, those are the 2 non-negotiable skills that any of tomorrow's leaders will have to have. I come from the future. Also, God made us perfect, and having strength and the hermit means you're your own safe haven, secure base. So unlike a Zen master who cries and has laundry, I can cry because when I get rejected, the part of the brain that lights up is the same as when I get stabbed in the heart. Luckily, as you grow the capacity to deal with unknowns, uncertainties, unexpecteds, unwanteds, and more, you can thank my panic attacks and twin flames for all that, you get to keep tapping into more. And so with that, our future is already here. The 4D don't know we're here. So bridging the science of affective realism and the relational integrity aspects, and then with the spiritual wisdom, it's 5D blueprint for the leaders who will define the future. We are. Check out PayHip with the ventral vagal state pivot. It's a free PDF, and then every single bit of the guides, at least 2 of them have executive summaries, so you can get executive summaries for free. Isn't it beautiful? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So, as I was saying also yesterday, that sentence, life's hard, I'm like, not really, not for all of us, but for some people, it is actually. And I'm sad for those people, but I do know there's a solution called therapy for them. The mindful therapist, of course. So, a key component to true leadership is discerning right from wrong, which also means I discern my own affective realism, and so I move beyond intuition because my intuition could be off. Channeling, downloading, foresight, the clairvoyance, yes, you're going to be able to know what the future looks like when you, one, have humanity in the forefront. You're not epistemically trusted, broken. You do know science is a fact and that they don't all get along. And as for spiritual ones, they all mean the same thing. They wanted everyone to completely move into compassion, as the Dalai Lama pointed out, but then all of them are staying separate so they can have ownership of the words. And that's really the best I can do for you, because I'm like, you said you love us. No, I'm not confused by it. Actually, the only people who are confused by love are the same ones who think it's hard work to get a relationship. Tune into Is Love Worth It from yesterday, and if you, or no, the other day. And if you want, tune into do you do personal growth for empowerment or for validation? Now, see, I don't actually create that which is. Shortcuts don't exist. And when people asked me to copy in high school, I said, I love you. So me letting you copy would mean that I don't love you. I can study with you. Oh, it's hard for me to read too. I actually don't do really great at all with regurgitation of material. You better bet. I'm rational, I'm logical, but I can't remember shit in a way of what some want. So the point is, though, I'm not going to let you cheat. I can help you learn. Is I love you. Teach a man how to fish, you'll help him feed himself for the rest of his life. Give him a fish, you'll only have fed him for a day. So when someone says to me that they find it hard to believe that their first 3 years of life matter, when someone tells me that they don't believe in nervous system sovereignty, when someone tells me they don't believe in a steady self and all the things I talk about, I just say, hey, great day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'm going to go and hang out with those Smurfs right over there. They're all learning shit, and it's with researchers, policymakers, and organizations that are coming together. We're all the future. So that's why successful organizations are going to know about soft skills and the real deal, not fancy words. Minimum energy mode, they really don't do well. So nobody's going to get into the future if they have pathologies working for them. The survival mode actively is also distortion mode. It is not even hilarious. I mean, seriously, sort of the truth. Arcturians, welcome aboard. I found out that thing about Atlantis, but I have to go now. So Akashic Record readers, welcome aboard. It is fun as fuck to do Akashic Record readings, Reiki Master, all of it, and to know God. He's amazing. So at the end of the day, we will be back with more of the 5D leadership blueprint and conversations. Bridging affective realism, I have feelings too. Relation integrity, but integrity stays. I want everyone to be happy, and so if you don't want to do nervous system pivoting and sovereignty, I don't be like, I'm going to cut you out of the herd. Nope. And that's because spiritual wisdom, I bring that which is the wisdom of the heart that Jesus taught me, and the wisdom that Stephen Porges confirms. Biologically root people don't know what they're doing, and they're very, very afraid, not a little bit, of love, because they are afraid of what. So my eyes cried a lot for people that won't heal, and God and I talk about these things. So at the end of the day, when I see the ones who are disappointing, yes, it's all the ones who want to point a finger at someone. Oh, you can keep rejecting me. I actually don't find it humiliating at all. I find it blissful and amazing that I can not deal with people that I really, really have to. Here I am. Thank you, Buddhist psychologist, for the right silence. You have taught me how to do it the best. And my smirk is a 3-year-old who's like, yes, I really don't want to be here. But no, I don't have an opinion because I'm a dumbass. You remember? I'm an idiot. Yes, I'm such a moron that and that's why it begins to get annoying for people who begin to notice it. I'm like, yeah. So, tomato, yeah, ciao. And they say that's avoiding. And I say, yes, I actively am choosing to avoid the completely unnecessary interaction with anyone who doesn't want to take themselves responsibly to Terry Real. So check out PayHip, check out Substack. Have a good one, and we'll be back with more. Be yourself the smart way. Spread the word for PayHap, Substack, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. IHP, I'm all over the place. I say we, but so thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.